November has come and gone, so you know exactly what that means. It's time for another installment of the YouTube Income Report, where I break open the entire YouTube numbers from this channel, where you see the CPM, the RPM, how much YouTube pays me, and every single metric that you could possibly want. Now, before we get into the actual breakdown, I want to take a quick second and thank you. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, commenting, sharing, and just being such an advocate for this channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And as we end this year, I want to remind you the whole reason why I started this series to begin with. One, I wanted to share this YouTube journey with you. Two, I wanted to give you a real perspective of a real channel, and so you could see what is actually possible. This is by no way a flex, because these numbers are really not that impressive. They're just numbers, that's what they are. And also, this serves as a huge accountability for me, because every single month I owe you an update, and it reminds me to go in and really look at my numbers to analyze what's working and what's not, and improve every single day. So with that being said, hey, it's Jaime. If you're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so the month of November is behind us, and I have some good news and bad news. So I'm gonna go through the bad news first, which there's gonna be plenty of it. So just kind of tipping my hand here a little bit, but we're gonna get going. As you see, the views here are a little bit down. There's a reason for this, but I'll wait till the entire summary to give you that reason. So we go through views, they're down. So about 1,700 less views for the month of November than October. Watch hours, they were down as well. Monetized views, slightly down. So, well, actually about 3,000 or 20, however many that is. No, 2,000 views. RPM, that was actually higher, which is fantastic. And then Playback CPM, that was actually higher as well. So as you can see here, we are enjoying a nice little uptick when it comes to the CPM. With it still does not meet our high, which, as you can see over here in February, was our high. And then you see the difference right here. Revenue per view. So right now we're at 5 cents per view, which is awesome. But what happens here is, since I didn't get as many views as I was trending upward, you see every single month we were growing. This is the first month of the year that the views has actually decreased, which is kind of a bummer, but there's a reason. And as we have subs gained, we still broke the 1,000 sub mark, so that's fantastic. So we have 1,000, so we're on a good traction right there. Impressions, that was down as well. The CTR, that was higher, that's fantastic. And then the average retention rate, that's a little bit down. So let's scroll down and get to the end screens. This is also the first time that we've had a dip in the number of clicks at the end screen. And then we have right here, the average percentage viewed, it's a little bit down. The unique visitors, down as well. I know there's a lot of bad news here. But I'm still optimistic, super optimistic regardless. So we have here the views per viewer, and then we have the subscriber notification bell. So now would be a great time for you to, as you're seeing the bad news, would be to go ahead and subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because that's going to help out a ton. And then the sub to not subscribe, so that means 80% of you are not subscribed, which again, there's room for improvement for me, so that's fantastic. And then the likes, we got a few less likes because we weren't getting as many views. We did get more likes in general over the dislike to like ratio, or the like to dislike ratio. But anyway, the big reveal, what's happening with the channel. The channel is still trending upward when it comes to the views, not as much. And the reason for that is because this month I focused on a lot of niche content, a lot of content that I knew for a fact was not going to get as many views. That's not a cop-out, that's not an excuse. I really do wish I would have gotten more views month over month. That would have been fantastic, but the reality is the reality. I can't hide this. These are numbers, and that's part of the series of why I'm doing this. But this month, as we were growing, I just didn't focus on content that I knew was going to have as much massive appeal. So one of the things that I kind of pulled back on was looking at the analytics and capitalizing on the trends. So for this channel specifically, You watch a lot of Facebook pixel information. You watch a lot of conversion information. You're watching a lot of Remind content, and there's I just didn't focus on that this month. So that's a big reason for the drop and the dip. I'll be honest, yeah, it's not the best thing to see. I wish I would have gotten more views. I don't think that it was a miss in regard to the topics that I chose, given the fact that I'm taking a few more risks by going out there and covering different topics. These are more operational type content videos, like give you an example. Hey, one quick second, I'll let you get right back to the video, but I just need one huge favor from you. Would you mind going down to the bottom of this video and smashing like? Thanks. Well, maybe technical type videos. Let's see, how to do Zoom on YouTube. So how to live stream on YouTube using Zoom. That's an example of a video that I knew wasn't gonna get as many hits early on, but that is more of a long-term strategy because most of you don't necessarily have an interest in that. However, I made it with the purpose of investing in the future growth of the channel, where that video will rank and then it's gonna get more and more views. So I'm spreading a bit of the content out, so I took a few more risks. Right now, it doesn't look like that was a winner. I do believe in the strategy that I'm going after, but at the end of the day, the numbers are what they are. I just wanted to give you the good and the bad, mostly the bad right now because that's what you're seeing right now. So let's go over to the good. The good being right here, let me refresh the studio. The good being that if I go to the analytics, and I go to November, it's already highlighted, so that's perfect. If I go to November, our month was, let me go over here because I'm used to seeing it better this way. We're still up 5%. We were very, very close to hitting that $3,000 threshold, that $3,000 mark per month, but I'm not gonna complain. That's the highest revenue that we've received on this channel. A component of that was that CPM was starting to rise. Again, this may not be the all-time highest CPM that this channel has had. As you see, that was in, what was it, February at $96. But as you see the huge difference between the number of views that was happening back in February and in November, that accounts for the nearly $3,000 in revenue. So all in all, am I bummed that I didn't get as many views? Of course, everybody wants to get more views. But at the end of the day, I took a risk and I took a chance, and we'll see if it pays off. I do think that it will at the end of the day. I wish I would have had more views, but it is what it is. As far as the revenue, as you know, this isn't the primary source of income for me, so I'm in a very blessed position to say that. So this is great. It's good that the revenue continues to grow and get a little bit higher. I would love to increase the views because that's going to mean a larger audience in a larger reach. But at the end of the day, this is what it is. Almost 3,000. Hopefully in December, I see a few more views. I don't want to wish ill on my channel or be negative in my channel outside of a reasonable amount of criticism. But given that my type of content is really more towards the people that are actively working in their business, so they're coming on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and they're looking and seeing how to run Facebook ads, that's when I get the most amount of views. That's why I don't get as many views on Saturdays and Sundays, because their agents are either showing properties or they're not necessarily working in that regard. They're more in their family stuff. So the tutorial based channels, they do dip on the weekends because not all people work on the weekends. So I do suspect that December is going to be a little bit tough because there's going to be certain days that you're not watching YouTube videos, nor should you, where you're enjoying your family, having Christmas, doing the New Year's thing and all the other festivities. So I do think that there's going to be some low view days. Again, I'm not trying to wish ill on my own channel, but I am a realist. So that's my prediction. I do hope that with everything that I have going on for December, that we do hit the $3,000 mark in December, but it's a tough road to hoe right now. But either way, I'm very appreciative for you. I thank you so much for hitting that like button, for sharing the content, for subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and everything. Well, now you know what the channel did for the month of November, so it's time to get back to business. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.